So, with another Transformers movie well on its way, that means another slew of the plastic fantastic for us to feast upon. Now, being a movie release, right, we can expect that most of it is going to be aimed at kids, which is cool because we need them. They're going to keep the franchise alive, right? G1ers, Beast Wars peeps, Unicorn Trilogy people, I'm one of them. Say what you will, love the Unicorn Trilogy, right? There's going to be, in, another 5-10 years, kids who become teens, who have disposable income, who are going to be hanging out for, whatever the next series is, to be adding in some Cyberverse characters. Robots in Disguise characters, right? I mean, HasLab this year is the first Robot in Disguise. Anyway, we're getting off topic. New toys. So we'll start with what I think is the most interesting one, and that is the Studio Series Deluxe Optimus Prime. We got a little sneaky peek at that just before the trailer dropped, and people weren't sure if it was going to be like a Warrior class or like a mainline Deluxe or what it was going to be, but now we know Studio Series Deluxe. To me, it looks cool and I want it, and I'm going to get it because it's an Optimus and I got a room full of them. But it does look a bit gappy and hollow and under-realized for a Studio Series, so it does kind of make me wonder a little bit if that was its initial release plan, or if that's something that might have switched up along the way, just for what we know they can do with a Studio Series Deluxe. After that, we get to have a look at some of the other more kid-friendly options that are coming up, that I'm not going to lie, a couple of them kind of appeal. So it seems like what is going to be the kind of like deluxe equivalent for the movie line is the Prime changes. Few easy steps, nothing too complicated. So far we've got to see an Optimus and surprisingly an Alpha Trion, which is the Unicorn Lion. I thought for sure that was going to be a one and done alt mode for Alpha Trion, but here we are. Unicorn Lion. Linocorn? Unilion. Whatever. Not super sold on the My Little Pony color scheme, but I probably will end up getting it because his weapons seem kind of cool. The Optimus, I think they could actually get more people to get if it didn't just have that flat Energon blue kind of decal to the weapons that he's coming with. But again, it almost looks like it could be a more fun toy to play with than the Studio Series one. So time will tell on that once we get to see a few more images. Then we got to see the mega changes. These are the big figures. And I swear to God, are these not, at least a couple of them, like the Starscream and the Megatron, are these not just Cyberverse designs? I could be wrong, but to me they really look like they're just the Cyberverse figures re-released. Which they kind of did do a little bit of with Rise of the Beast, so hopefully that's not going to become too common a formula going forward. But they're an easy pass, but glad they exist, because that's going to end up being some kid's favourite toy. I do want to add, but the Bumblebee looks awful. That's going to be no one's favourite toy. But that Optimus, that's going to be some kid's first Optimus. Then lastly, quite lazily, we've got more of the transforming battle mask, which I personally love as a concept, but being an adult with an adult-sized head, and even for an adult, a particularly large head, they're only going to cover like a third of my face. And that Bumblebee one, that's just a straight up reissue, because that doesn't even look like Transformers 1 Bumblebee. They could have at least chucked a different head on it, right? If nothing else. Which also makes me think the Optimus, I dare say that they had that one tucked away in case that line had been a little more popular and they could push out another, version to go with it, because that also doesn't super look like Transformers 1 Optimus. But I didn't pick any of them up for Rise of the Beast. I was really tempted. The Optimus one, if I can find it on clearance, I might actually get it. Right? I've got a 1-year-old son now. I can see him loving that in a couple of years. So what do we think? On the whole, right? Not too bad initial product reveal wise. I would be interested to see some more Studio Series stuff. Hopefully if that Orion Pax is kind of like a deluxe, maybe they'll do a Voyager Optimus, another one. They're probably just testing the waters a little bit to see what adult collector interest is. I'm glad there's some new stuff coming out at that kid level. At the very least, I'll probably get the Alpha Trion because I'm a sucker for a Beast Former. What I found a little underwhelming is that they would do rollout releases that are pretty clearly re-releases of old product pretending that it's new. That feels cheeky. That's like, I feel like kind of the first evidence we're seeing of the cost cutting and I feel a little bit like that's the sort of the first evidence we're seeing of the cost cutting that's been happening at Hasbro with the layoffs and the rollbacks and the downscaling. So hopefully that's, you know, like I said, nothing that's going to be too entrenched, but what do we think? I want to talk about it. Let me know. Are you going to get that Studio Series one? I think you are. I'm going to, right? You have to. How can you not? It's Optimus. It's Optimus. So, hit me up in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Good chats. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until the next one, catch.